God gave a message to Nahum the prophet. Nahum took God's message to Nineveh, the capital city of Assyria. The Assyrians were mean, evil people. They were enemies of God's people, and God was going to judge them. First, Nahum told the people what God is like. God is a jealous God. That means he wants people to worship only him. Only God deserves to be worshipped.
When people worship created things, they are saying that those things are like God, but nothing is like God. Nahum said God punishes the guilty, those who do wrong. He is angry with his enemies, and he will judge them. God does not lose his temper. He is patient. He is powerful too. When God comes, he will make the sea and the rivers dry up. The mountains will shake, and everyone will be afraid. No one can stand against the power of God.
Nahum said the Lord is good. When there is trouble, he is a safe place. He takes care of people who trust in him. But the people of Nineveh did not trust in him. They were God's enemies, and he was going to destroy them. Then Nahum took a message to God's people. The Assyrians are strong and have big armies, but I will defeat them. You have been hurt, but you won't hurt anymore.
The Assyrians had power over God's people, but God was going to set his people free. God's message was bad news for Nineveh and good news for the people of God. Peace was coming for God's people. Now they could worship God and obey him freely. Their enemies would be gone.
Nahum brought a message of comfort to God's people, reminding them that God loves his people and will protect them from their enemies. Jesus also brought a message of comfort, salvation, and peace to his people. All of the enemies of God and his children were defeated at the cross. One day, God will finally judge all evil.
Catechism, now, now. Catechism, now, now. Catechism, now, now. Everybody gather around to hear the catechism. Now, now, now. Woo! Hey everybody, it's me, Kevin the Cat, and we're here to talk about the catechism. And today we have our very special friend Marty the Mouse with us. Hey Marty, how are you?
Hey everybody, I'm Marty the Mouse and I'm doing very good. Good to see you.
Awesome, Marty. So today we're talking about question 46 of the catechism. It says, what is the Lord's Supper?
What is the Lord's Supper? This is a very important one, Kevin.
Yeah, so I remember like a couple weeks ago we talked about the Lord's Supper, and you said that we couldn't eat like Meow Mix or Snickerdoodles or ice cream, that it was very important what we ate. So could you tell us what is the Lord's Supper?
Of course, Kevin. In the Lord's Supper, Christ commanded all Christians to eat bread and to drink from the cup in thankful remembrance of him. Now, Kevin, this is a very important thing that we Christians do to remember the death and life of Jesus Christ. You can't just use Meow Mix or chocolate milk or anything. We take grape juice because Jesus took wine and drank it, said, this is the blood that I poured out for your forgiveness.
Wow.
And we use bread and not Meow Mix because bread represents his body that was broken for us. So when we do it and eat it together as a church, it's a very special time of remembrance.
Wow, that's crazy. So what you're saying is the Lord's Supper is a very holy meal that we have together in the Lord's sight.
Yes, it's very important, and we believe that in a very special way, God's presence is with us when we do that.
Wow, that's so cool that God's presence is with us, and we eat the bread and take from the cup in remembrance of all that Jesus has done for us.
Yes, and when we do it, we don't just eat it. We really think about Jesus' death and his blood poured out. We really think about all that it means for us.
Wow. So, let me ask you this, Marty, because, I know, like, some of the kids out there, and like me, we have, like, really short attention spans, and sometimes it's really hard to focus for a long time on what Jesus has done for us. So, how do you, like, focus on it for the whole time? Because it's really, sometimes really long.
Well, I try to think about my sins, and I try to think about the fact that Jesus has forgiven me of them, and that he's given me new life in Jesus, and his Holy Spirit's in me, and that he's bringing me to heaven one day, and that I know him right now, and so many things. It's awesome. I think of a lot.
Wow, that's so cool. I never really thought about that. I could think about my sins and what Jesus has done for me. Like sometimes I just twiddle my thumbs and I'm like, what is this person talking about? But that's really cool. Thanks for helping us, and I think we all understand the Lord's Supper a little better. All right, see you next week, kids.
Bye.
It's time for Name That Object, where you have 10 seconds to guess the object. Go!